We are loud, obnoxious, and completely inappropriate. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Hello everyone and welcome to Camping with Lenny. It is official. I am heading out to my first camping trip of the season, and yes, it is May, and it's just after Victoria Day, so the campsite should be a little quiet, and it will take me about an hour and a half to get to Earl Rowe Provincial Park. This park is actually pretty cool. This is the first park I went to when I went camping for the first time. So it's nice to go back there to check it out. It's a great park because it's only like an hour and a half from downtown Toronto, and it's a great park. Plus, it's relatively very quiet. It's super clean. They updated the amenities a few years ago, so everything's pretty brand new. And again, this is a great first time camping trip by yourself solo site. Because if you forget something, there's a Canadian Tire just outside the park, so you can pick up anything you want from it. So I'm leaving now. I'm actually heading up there now. I'm just waiting to get into the highway. A couple of things actually got me very, very nervous for this trip. It's not about the equipment, not about setting up the tent and all that stuff. It's about actually the rain. It's Friday. It's supposed to rain all day today, and it only rained this morning, so knock on wood, it's going to be very dry by the time I get there, so it gives me time to set up. But I don't really care if it rains tonight, but I do care if it's raining while I'm setting up, because it just logistically just gets really, really hard and wet and cold and miserable. So it's just not a very fun night to deal with. And also, it's going to be hard to start a fire, especially if everything is soaking wet. So I'm just hoping that it'll be a lot easy in other words, I'm just hoping it's not going to rain when I get there. So yeah, typically I would usually pre-pack light, but this time, because it's my first time going out camping, I have a carload of equipment. So I was saying to my wifey that by the time I go to my second trip, half the stuff is not going to be coming with me anyway. So again, it's just one of those things that I just want to bring some stuff with me just in case, but I'm going to start removing things that I don't need throughout the trip. So just ease up the packing. So speaking of packing, I did pack last night. I put everything in the tent last night except the food and my clothes. So I did that this afternoon just before I left, just to make it easier. And plus it will save me time to just, enjoy driving up there and not being in a rush. So that's what I ended up doing. So I'm heading up now. I'll let you guys know when I get there, and we'll start from there. Okay, I'm finally here. I am finally in Earl Rowe, in my campsite. So the campsite is slightly smaller than I thought. So this is going to be slightly challenging regarding how I'm going to set up my stuff. But first, what I'm going to do is actually set up the tent first. The reason why is it's going to rain tonight, like soon. So I need to figure out where to set up my tent The ground is sort of kind of weird, so I'm probably just gonna do near the fire, near the car for now. First I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna start the thermocell. I do want to take photos, but I'm gonna start with the thermocell stuff because of it's just in case the mosquito is just gonna be unbearable. So let me start with that thing. If you guys know what a thermocell is like a butane base anti-mosquito thing. It's pretty small. It comes with a bunch of canisters. Comes with a pad. It's actually pretty cool. It's a little gadget that everyone's apparently using. So I'm gonna try it out, see how this works out. Yeah, but it does use butane, so just keep that in mind if you're planning to use this. They do have 3 versions of this. One is the one that goes to the canister, and the other one is butane canister. The other one's a smaller one that comes with it's like a portable unit you can clip on, or you can just put beside you. I was planning to get one of those, but I decided not to because I want something a little bit more, I don't want to say heavy duty, but a little bit more I want something I can use longer. I think that's the best way to describe it. So I'm gonna screw this in. I'll take a photo of this. I was thinking about taking a photo of everything I'm doing, but unfortunately, because of the possible rain that will be coming down, I have to choose my battles. So I'm gonna start with getting the mosquito thing sorted out first, because it is pretty damp, and this is a prime time for Mr. Mosquitoes. So it's already coming into the car. So there it is. So it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna put this on top of the fire pit so I can get everything ready to go. So first I'm gonna do is set up the tent because I need to get this thing out. Cheers, I might as well get this out now too. So far the rain's holding back, but I only have about an hour window according to the weather network before it pours in this area. Oh man, I still have sand in my chair. Go figure. Okay, let's try this out. So typically I do have a tarp from my sorry about that. This is I'm actually putting my tarp down for the tent. For the footprint, I don't use a footprint that comes with I prefer using a tarp because it's thicker and more durable. Right, so I might have to move the car forward a bit more. Yeah, I'll move the car forward a bit more because the car is actually in the way where the tent's supposed to be. Okay, a lot of in and out of the car lately. Okay, let me move the car. Make a block, a wind block. Okay. Again. Oh, okay, dokie. Again, I'll move stuff around right after. But right now, this is where it's gonna be. There you go. Wow. I did not realize that this this site is very, very small. Like, incredibly small. So I was hoping it would be slightly bigger, and everything's an incline. That's the problem. Everything's an incline. So it's kind of annoying. So I have to find a non-inclined porch part of the site. I think I found something. Yeah. I think this is the best I can do in the circumstances. I am across the bathroom. That's the only thing. So far I'm the only one in this area, so that's good. So I have the whole thing for myself. No complaints there. So let's get up the tent set up, and I'm gonna use the bench. The bench is like really rough shape. Oh well, this is what it is. So I do want to talk about, unfortunately I am finding time here because of the rain that's coming in about an hour-ish from now. So I have to get this guy set up as fast as I can so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. It's too much straps, I say. Oh yeah, love pop-up tents. Makes life a lot easier setting up. Okay. I am going to stabilize the tent with pegs just in case it rains even more tonight. It's supposed to rain tonight, and I want to make sure that when it rains this doesn't pop open and stuff comes in. Oh yeah. Whew. Okay. There is a picnic bench that I was telling you about, but unfortunately it's wet as hell. You're very limited on what you can do with this. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my shelter here slightly off a bit so I can eat and cook in the same time. But again, close enough to the shelter, close enough to the fire. If I'm cooking, I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Wow, I'm exhausted already. Definitely out of shape in this. I am using the car as a secondary whatchamacallit, security to wind block and noise and all that stuff, but I'm going to move this. I'm going to leave the car as is. Screw it. I'll probably go forward a bit. I'll set up the bed late after I set up everything because I want to make sure that I can do my step 2. So if you don't know what step 2 is Steve Wallace, Camping with Steve, always says step 2, after you set up the tent, that means it's spear time. So I have that ready to go as well. So let's go set this thing up. One more shelter to set up. This one I don't have a a gazebo, but I do have a small tent-like structure that I'll be using. It's close, almost like a a bird crap just landed in my tent already. Hasn't been started yet. I already have a bird crap. Awesome. This is just fantastic. Oh man. The only thing is this shelter, non-gazebo shelter, is there's no screen, so bugs can come in. So that's the only thing that you have to be aware of. Well, that's fine. But you can roll this stuff up, get some cross and breathe on this. But if you have a bug spray or even Thermocell, it'd be fine. The only thing that I forgot to bring with me in this trip is actually bug spray. Bug spray is gonna be annoying, but so far the Thermocell is working. It's working. Very happy with that. Again, I'm very happy with the Thermocell. It's supposed to cover 30 feet. So if I decide to bring this into the makeshift this shelter, the non-gazebo shelter, I have to keep reminding that, and it should be fine. I am gonna peg this guy down because I'm afraid this is gonna fly out if it's windy. It's yeah. Again, I'm not gonna do the like the guide ropes because it's not gonna be windy. But I'm gonna check first tonight before I go to bed, see where we are with weather-wise. But I am gonna stake this down though. It's actually pretty neat to bring it to the beach or something. I think it's designed for the beach anyway. It is getting hot and muggy. It is. I haven't checked the weather yet. I'll check the weather after I do this. Okay. So, yeah, this will work. Okay. Let's check the weather. It is a balmy 22 degrees. I bet you the humid X is hot. Hold on here. Light rain tonight. Pressure, humidity is 100%. 22 degrees, humidity 100%. Awesome. That's just fantastic. Next is setting up the inside of the tent. Reason why, again, you want everything inside the tent done just in case it rains. You are good, right? Okay. What I have as well is lights. Lights for the oh, it's spitting now. It's officially spitting now. So that's what I was I'm gonna close this. Just in case while I'm setting up the tent, because it is spitting now. Okay, one thing that I need to do is, wow, it's raining now, boys and girls. I knew it. Awesome. So it's officially raining. Oh man, I have a rip in my thing, but who cares? It is raining. Yay. So this is why I'm very lucky to make sure that if it is going to rain, make sure that you time it properly. If it's raining by the time you get to the campsite, stay in your car and wait until the break, then set it up right after. Well, don't wait. Well, yeah. Whew. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to remove my shoes and get everything settled into the tent. Because I got the tent a week before I left for this camping trip, I didn't actually get a chance to test out the tent or set up the tent before I left. So it's kind of weird that I didn't get to do that. But I got a couple of tricks that I want to show you, that I want to talk to you guys about. How to make your tenting a lot more bearable after you settled in. I've been playing with this idea for a while, but now I'm going to put it into test. It doesn't matter if you're only going for a couple of days, weeks. You should have one of these. What I'm doing is I actually have old yoga mats. I'm not sure if you can hear the rain, but old yoga mats. Oh shit. Gotta get the old yoga mats that I was saying that I have old yoga mats that I'm using as a mat on the ground. So when you are walking around in your tent, there's a piece of bark that you forgot to clear, you don't get hurt. Okay. Hence the shelter. That's that. The thing here. I'm gonna turn this off for now. Okay. It's off for now. Go back inside the tent. Like I was saying, if you have old yoga mats, you can put that in the ground so it doesn't get, so when you wake up or accidentally step on something, you don't hurt yourself. Ouch. That's what I have. I'm gonna set that up. Whew. Oh. Whew. Okay. It's raining, so I'm gonna pause. Wait until the rain is over, then finish setting up. It is 5:10 p.m. It's still raining. It's actually drizzling now. I just checked. It's supposed to rain all night now. Yes, it's raining all night. So I am planning to put a plan B. So my tent is big enough that I can move in my chair in, set it up here. And for dinner, my friend actually got me an MRE to try out for this trip. Because every trip I'm gonna have a freeze dry or MRE for dinner on my first night, then a freeze dry or an MRE for breakfast to review. So the MRE he gave me is a surprise. He didn't tell me exactly what it is, so it's gonna be a surprise. Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise. I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna wait around 6:30, 7 o'clock to make a decision if I'm gonna bring everything in here for tonight or eat outside. Right now, it is incredibly humid. It's about 100% humidity because of the rain. Everything is sticking. That's how hot it is. So according to the weather network, let me see what they have here. According to the weather network, it's supposed to rain till 9 p.m. tonight. Thunder showers, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. 90% precipitation, 50 millimeters worth of rain. Risk of thunder showers. Wind will be 21 kilometers wind. So I'm still undecided if I'm actually gonna set up the guidelines. Well, the only way to figure out if the guidelines gonna work, if this tent is actually strong enough, is not to put the guidelines in. So I'm gonna wait later on this evening around 9 o'clock to see if I want to put the guidelines in. Again, we'll find out. I'll be awake since then, but if the weather report is accurate, it is going to rain a lot tonight. So what I'm gonna plan to do is I'm gonna leave my shelter up and running, like it's already tied in. I'm gonna leave the wood underneath my shelter, not a gazebo but a shelter. I'm gonna leave it there so it doesn't get wet. I'm going to bring the rest into the tent. Right now there's a break on the rain, and go from there. It's supposed to get 90% of 5 millimeters of rain at 6 o'clock. So right now it's gonna die down a bit, so I'm gonna grab my stuff and bring it in. The only thing that I wish I had with me is a floor mat, like a shoe mat, because my old tent actually has a gazebo. I can actually leave my shoes there, it will not get wet. Unfortunately, in this case, I don't have that luxury. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. I'm gonna put my shoes there for now and just leave it there, scrunched up in the corner. I'm gonna probably eat in the tent tonight, bring in the Thermacell just to anti-bug this place, and go from there. I might do that. Yeah, might have to do that. So I'm gonna finish setting up, and after that grab a beer. Hello everyone. So I got some possibly a bad news. The microphone lav that I was using to record my podcast might just died on me. I bought this thing about less than a month ago, and it just died. Like, it will not read the card, but it does record longer than certain minutes. It actually stops recording. So I'm not really sure if any of my stuff is saved. So I got my first hiccup of this trip. So that's kind of bad. So I'm actually using my I'm using my backup recorder. I actually use this a lot for my other podcasts, but I'm actually going to use it for this from now on, because that lavalier mic recorder from Zoom is it's kind of sketchy. This is the second time it actually stopped working, so I'm kind of afraid that it's not recording properly. So I have to switch with my backup. I do have another backup here. It's my GoPro, just in case. It's not suitable for podcasting, but I think it's good enough to do what I need to get done. But I'll be using this for now for podcasting throughout the trip. Yeah, I was saying that it is pretty disappointing that actually that fails. Yeah, so I'm see if I can salvage what I was talking about earlier. So I was saying that I bought a Gazelle T4 last weekend before this trip. The reason why I ended up getting a T4 because of my current tent, my typical tent that I normally use is the REI Kingdom 6. It's too big and takes too long to set up. The reason why I want something like a pop-up tent, like a hub tent, is to just speed up the setting up of the campsite, because again, I'm by myself. I can set up the Kingdom 6 by myself, or it will take about 10 to 15 minutes to get done by myself. If I have another person, it just cuts that in half. But unfortunately, I'm by myself here. I'm stuck doing everything by myself. So I need a tent that I can set up really fast, especially if it's going to be raining, or is it going to be raining during setup or tear down. I just need something fast. And also, I bought myself a small shelter from Coleman. This shelter is actually pretty neat. It's very small. It's 7x7. It's big enough to set up to fit 4 people comfortably, and it's designed for just regular shelter outdoors. And it's currently set up right now. I was thinking about eating outside, hoping that it's not going to rain all night, but unfortunately it is going to rain all night until 9 o'clock. According to the Weather Network, it's supposed to rain until 9 o'clock, but it's going to be showering throughout the night. So I decided I'm just going to set up. I'm going to bring my camping chair inside my tent, My well, everything in my tent. I'll be eating inside my tent. So saying that my friend actually gave me an MRE to test the for the strip. So my goal is to review an MRE on a Friday night when I arrive, my first night, and an MRE or freeze dry for dinner, and after do it again on my last day for breakfast. The reason why I'm doing that is I just want to test it out and see how it tastes like, which one's good, which one's passable as food versus this is the most disgusting thing you're ever gonna have, so don't bother, all this stuff. And yeah, so I'll be testing that out and see how it actually tastes, and give you my review on that one, right? Yeah, I was also saying I'm just trying to think what I was thinking and recorded before my recorder died. I was saying that too, that I actually have a yoga mat that I mentioned earlier. Hopefully, I can recover that one. A mat that I used to just cover the floor for my feet. I also mentioned that I might be going to town tomorrow to pick up a shoe mat or a floor mat for my shoes. Like I was saying, the REI. What I was saying, as in, like I was mentioned before, my recorder died. My REI tent actually has a vestibule. That vestibule was great, so I can put my shoes there. It doesn't get wet or debris falling into it during nights or during when it's raining. That was perfect, so I didn't have to worry about it. But in this tent, the Gazelle unfortunately does not have a vestibule. I can get the T4 Plus. That's the one with like another section that I can get. It acts like a vestibule, but unfortunately, it's too big. Theoretically, it should just add an extra minute setting up the tent, but again, I'm gonna take a photo of my tent. What's inside? I can let you know right now. It's pretty good. It's a lot of room, so I'm not really worried about room, right? But I'm just worried about the shoes thing, especially if it's raining outside. Like right now, you can actually hear the rain. The problem I'm gonna have is the shoes or flip-flops or whatever. If I'm coming in from the rain or mud, I don't have any place to put in my to keep my shoes dry, so it's gonna get wet no matter what. So I think I'm gonna run to Canadian Tire and grab it. But the reason why as well too is it is still going to be a little chilly tomorrow. It's going to be chilly enough that sorry, I got people messaging me from work. So I was saying that it's going to be a little chilly overnight and tomorrow as well too. So there's a good chance that the ground will not get dry as fast as a typical summer's day, so it will be muddy and all that stuff. So I want to keep that mud contained in the entranceway of the tent. Right now I'm using the bag or the paper that came with the tent because of like I said, I bought this tent. I never got a chance to set it up and test it before I left on this trip. I'm testing it now. This is my first time literally setting it up and testing it, so it's hard for me to so I need to know, right? So in other words, it took me about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to set it up, 5 minutes. But now I know. This is the first time opening it, so thank goodness for the paper. So now the paper is here acting as my mat. So I'm just going to replace this with a proper floor mat, so I can be you know, keep it clean and tidy. Yeah, and also like I mentioned that I do have a yoga mat here that I haven't got I forgot to bring it out. So the ground is pretty prickly, and having a yoga mat will help your feet. So just in case when you wake up in the morning, you don't accidentally hit something and like injure yourself. So yeah, no, I'm rambling because I'm trying to remember what I said before my recorder died on me. I'm not even sure because I recorded so many things already, and I'm just afraid that the recorder does not see it or or something happened to it. So I'm going to test it out and see if it's recoverable or not. Wish me luck. It's 6:34 p.m. and the temperature officially dropped significantly. It's cool enough that I might have to grab my sweater. And let's see the weather report right now. It is showing. Oops. It is showing currently. It's currently 18 degrees. Feels like 18. Overcast. Looks like it stopped raining for a bit. It is gonna continuing showers all night. So my thinking is this. I'm definitely not going to start the fire tonight. I'm just going to eat the MRE tonight and just settle in because of the rain. I really don't know how much rain is going to be coming down tonight. So for me to start a fire is just going to be a waste of time and wood. I'd rather make the fire tomorrow morning to warm up a bit, and even evening as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish settling in. I just literally just sat down and just ending up just relaxing, and actually ending up getting phone calls from work. So I was dealing with some work stuff. So that's the benefit of camping alone and pretty close to the city, is you can still gain. It's work, unfortunately, because of what I do for a living. It's requires me to be available until until closing time in Vancouver. So yeah, that's just kind of bad. But yeah, so the rain actually stopped for a bit, so I'm gonna get the rest of my stuff in, sweater wise, food wise, water wise. I'm just gonna stay inside the tent for the remainder of the evening. I might stretch my legs out a bit, but yeah, I'm just going to do that. There's no point of cooking outside or just hang outside. It's just gonna rain again. Yeah, temperature is dropping, and there is wind, and the wind is, you can actually feel like it is still raining. It is still spitting, so there's no point of starting a fire and setting up outside. So that's just going to be a tomorrow thing. So the good news is my current camping setup is designed to be modular, so I can stay in the tent if I need to. Tomorrow, if it's nice enough, I'll be sitting outside cooking and eating inside my shelter. Unfortunately, the picnic table is pretty wet, so wet enough that it's going to be very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable sitting in it. So yeah, I'm going to probably head to the bathroom. I don't know why I just said that in my podcast. I'm going to head to the washroom and freshen up and get my sweater and all that good stuff. It is 6:57 p.m. and yeah, temperature dropped again. I did check the weather report. There's one point the sun came out, and I was really hoping that I can actually start a fire, but I went to the bathroom and grabbed something from the car, and yeah, it is actually a lot cooler outside than inside the tent, so the tent is actually keeping it a little bit insulated. But I checked the weather report, and it's gonna rain hard tonight. So yeah, I'm going straight eat my dinner inside the tent, and probably just relax for the rest of the night. Actually, I'm gonna see my MRE. My friend gave me an MRE, surprise MRE. So I don't know exactly what's in here. And yeah, this is a military style MRE, so I just have to add water and go. So that's what I'm gonna do. I brought my utensils here just in case. I think this already has a utensil in it based on my research, but I don't know what kind of food this is. So I'm gonna open it up and see what's in here. Hold on. So okay, so let's open this up and see what's actually the meal is. I just want to say thank you to my friends. You know who you are listening to this podcast. Thank you again for giving me the MRE and to test it out to see how this actually worked out. Yeah, let's go check it out. Again, I don't know what's in here. I don't know what food that they packed for me. This is the first time I'm actually seeing it, so it's gonna be a surprise for me. Surprise! So let's see what meals do we have here. Ooh, okay. Okie dokie. It is chili with beans meal kit. Interesting. So this is an MRE ready meals ready to eat meal kit supply. So let's go try this out. Let's see what's in this package. Again, garbage. You have to be very aware of what to do with the garbage. So okay. Instruction manual. Okay. Ooh, it's in another sealed bag here. Jeez, everything is sealed in. Okay. I'm not sure, but based on what I've seen so far from other MREs, especially the military ones, they actually come with dessert and all that good stuff. So I'm not sure this one actually comes with dessert or anything like that. But let's find out. Okay, ducky. So we'll start with the first package here. Ooh, I don't know what this is. This is the chili beans. Okay. I have here a beverage pouch. Ooh, I have a beverage pouch here. Lemon lime. Just add water. 12 ounce of water. Yeah, that's good. Okay. It's a Santa Fe style rice and beans. So that's gonna be a very gassy night. Just kidding. Just saying. I have here a what else do I have? I have a marble pound cake. Ooh, dessert. It is a dessert. Awesome. Here, this is a milk chocolate cocoa beverage powder. That's interesting. What else do I have here? Well, I have the flameless ration heater, so I can just put water in here and let it seal in, so that's good. Yep, so that's good. I do have a fork, so that's good, and utensils, so that's good. That's very, very important. What I have here is a Santa Fe style brown rice and beans. Hold on. I have two. I have chili with beans and Santa Fe brown rice and beans. Two. Interesting. Okay. So I have two of these. So I have a electrolyte beverage. So I might actually try this tomorrow instead of tonight. And I have hot chocolate, milk chocolate. That's going to be a tomorrow thing. Yeah, so I'm going to save this for tomorrow. But I am going to eat the chili with beans. Why not? And the Santa Fe style brown rice. Oh, pardon, brown rice with beans. So, okay, let's put this together and see how this is going to work out. He just says add water. Okay, let's go check out the flameless ration. See. Oh, and I'm going to have my dessert as well too. So, I can't wait for that one. Okay, so according to this, ready to eat, heated. Okay, tear here. Vapor release by. Okay. So fold the top of the MRE. So I'll just put it in here and add water. Tear here to remove MRE. Okay. Remove the MRE pouch, paper, board, sleeve into the MRE. Hold on, let me just... This is real time, boys and girls. Remove the MRE pouch from the paper board sleeve from MRE. Tear off the top of the bag. Place the MRE pouch within the heater. While holding the MRE pouch, heat above line. Above line. Okay. Above line between. Oh, I see. Pour the water. Do not overfill. Oh, okay. The heat. Okay, the water. Okay, I gotcha. Heated. Blah blah blah. Okay. So I'm supposed to have a pouch baggy thingy. That I don't have. I'm supposed to. Let me fold my knife before I stab myself. Supposed to fold the top of the MRE heater underneath. Fill in the line. Okay, according to this, fold the end. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, here it is. Found it. I should really look at this properly here. Found the cardboard box. So, I put it in here. Okay, let me just move this table back a bit before I do something crazy and kill myself. Hold on here. Okay. Move my bag. Move my knife. Okay. So, according to this, tear the top part. Okay. Tear. Now I gotta put the food in here. See if I can put both of them in here. If I can't. Ooh, I think I can. I can just sandwich them in together. So I don't have to waste them. Right. One for toe. Okay, and the other one at the other side. Let's see if this works. How long am I supposed to heat this for? Heat. Prevent water from escaping. Heat output. Bag in. After 10 to 15 minutes, dissipate the air temperature. Top half of the bag can be torn off. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm gonna do something that's outside the instruction manual because I want to eat both of them, so I'm gonna heat up both of them at the same time. You know what I'm gonna do? Can I pull this up? Yes, I can. Okay, so I'm gonna slide this. Oh man. Okay, I'm sliding both of them in because I'm crazy like that. Okay, here's a thought. If you're supposed to eat, if you have two of these and you only have one of these heating pad things, it's sort of kind of dumb. Don't you think? You only have one instead of two, right? I'm just saying, you should have at least two of these. Okay, now I'm gonna fill some water. You know what? I'm gonna increase the light here a bit. I think it's too dark. There you go. Oh, much brighter. There you go. That's bright. Okay, perfect. So, I'm supposed to lean this after the sides, so I might just use table leg. Yeah. Okay, so let's go fill this water. Let's go fill this up. Okay. No, it's alright. That's just water. Okay, fill it. Do not fill above thing. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Fill this in what now? I'm gonna fill this water. Oh, crap. Oh. Filled it in too much. Filled it in too much. Not enough water. Not enough water. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna seal this in. Okay, let's seal this in, and hopefully, ooh, I can smell something. I can smell something. Okay, supposed to lean this against something to make it work. So now I have water in my tent. Awesome. Oh crap! It fell. Okay, I can smell it. I can smell it going. So that's good. I'm gonna tape the. Sorry guys, I haven't really given you play-by-play here. So it's boiling. I'm gonna set up a timer for 15 minutes, according to the thing. 10 to 15 minutes. Let's make it 15. I like my food hot. I did spill water inside my tent because it's raining again. It's like raining hard. It's raining, it's drizzling. So, because the fire pit is incredibly wet, so I can't really do anything about it. So I'm gonna. Ooh, they actually gave me coffee. Billy Brew freeze-dried coffee. I'm gonna have coffee tomorrow. So I might have to get my napkins and my paper towel in the car because so I just made a mess here. Okay, so okay, that's going. I'm gonna clean up a bit here. This is awesome, thank you very much. Appreciate it. This is great. I'm gonna let this do his thing. I'm gonna grab a paper towel in the car. Ooh, I feel the heat. That's good. I'm gonna shake it a bit. Oh shoot. Shoot, more water. I think I should do this outside. I'm going to do this outside. Hold on, guys. I'm going to stop the recording. I am having food technical difficulties. Hold on. It is 7:20 p.m. and sorry about that. I ended up moving out from the tent to my shelter because it's actually just drizzle. So, and I don't want to stay too much longer in the tent. It's just getting really I'm getting too comfortable. So if I'm getting comfortable, this means I'm not doing anything productive. So I decided to move out here and wait for the food because I'm spilling a lot of water inside the tent just to get this sorted out. So I'm out from the tent. I'm actually in the shelter. I brought my my little bug spray thing, or my bug repellent, the Thermacell. Thermacell is actually working perfectly. I haven't put in bug spray yet, knock on wood, and so far so good in this one. So I'm kind of liking that aspect of this. I did get the a big like butane for the camping stove, for camping, a bigger bottle, so I don't have to change this, hopefully, until about 2 of them. I don't know how much I'm be using this, so I presume I'll be using this throughout day today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Timer just ended, so the food should be ready, so let me check it out. It feels warm, like all of it feels warm, so I'm going to move it from the thing, the cardboard thing. So it looks like it's soaked all the way. I'm just going to shake it a bit more. Ooh, it is hot, like it is incredibly hot, so that's good. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of these first and try it. Actually, before I do that, let me get my my spoon is ready to go. So let's see how this works out. Okay, so let's grab the first one. First meal of the day. It is warm. Holy crap, it is warm. The top part feels not warm, but it is warm. It's hot. Like the bottom part is hot. So I'm shaking the thing a bit more. I'm going to put back to the pouch and let it heat up. See what it looks like. Again, see what this tastes like. Okay. First, ooh, I have this feeling that it's not fully warmed, but we'll find out how this tastes like. Okay. This is the chili with beans. Okay. Ooh, looks interesting. Okay, smells good. Smells like, ooh, interesting. Okay, check it out. It's good. Okay, it's really good. It's really good. The beans, it's very hearty, and the chili is very nice spice to it. There's beef as well too, so I'm very surprised. Okay, it's really good. I was really hoping that it's not going to be too bland, but the tomato sauce that came with it, very nice. It's the beans and the meat together and the sauce is very good. It's very hearty. There's enough food here to give you started, but no, I totally enjoyed this. You don't need hot sauce or salt or pepper. It's actually very well balanced. Now let's try the beans and rice. Wow. Ooh. I don't know what to say about it. That was good. Oh, this one's a lot hotter. Again, I like my meals to be hot, not this lukewarm thing. Because the reason why, if you're in a cold day like this, you want to be warm, and to make your camping experience better, if you have your meals hot. If it's not hot, you're just gonna be miserable. But so far, the biggest thing that the residue shit. Sorry, I am literally swearing now. Okay, this is the Santa Fe style brown rice with beans. Okay, let's go test this out. Ooh, interesting. It's ooh, smells interesting. Let's see if it's better than the beans, the chili. Yeah. Interesting. It's almost like a porridge style thick rice. Actually, it's not bad. There's peppers, there's rice, I think there's olives, there's beans, there's corn. The spiciness is if I think if you're having this kind of meal, the heat should be there. The heat is here. Compared to the beans taste so much better. This one became sort of a side dish type deal. Alright, let's go do this. Out of 10, I say the beans roughly about 8. Let's say 8 out of 10 because it has a nice spice to it. Very hearty. You can taste the beef, you can taste the beans. The beans is not hard or soft. It's just perfect. The Santa Fe rice, out of 10, I'll give it about a 6. It's tasteful. Do I consider it my favorite? No, it's definitely not my favorite. More like the question, am I going to finish it? That's the question. Yeah, I'm going to finish it. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell, you know. It's hard to tell if I'm gonna finish this or not. I don't know, I think it's not my favorite. I'm glad I started with the beans because the beans were good. But if you need to bring calories into your system, this is definitely the way to go. Yeah, I'm done with this. Not my favorite. I give it a 6 because it's, you can eat it with no issues, but definitely not my favorite. But one thing that I definitely want to try out is the marble cake. Okay, let me grab that marble cake. Let's see if I brought it out with me. I did. Okay. Okay, marble cake. Let's try this marble cake out. Okay, marble cake. Marble pound cake. Okay. So far, the beans did not disappoint. The Santa Fe rice, not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. Okay, let's try this pound cake. Okay. Ooh, okay. No, it's okay. It smells very industrial. Okay, let's take a piece of this and test it out. It's flaky. It doesn't taste like cardboardy. This actually tastes like a pound cake. Very dense though. Has a little aftertaste of sugarish thing. I'll give it about a 7 out of 10. There's a lot of sugar though. A lot of sugar. So overall it's pretty good. Okay. Let's talk about my thoughts of this. Second beer. Okay, let's talk about the MRE. Okay, the MRE. MRE is great, especially if you're hiking or just traveling or backpacking, because two things can actually give you: calories for your activity, and also the warm meal that you're craving for, especially if you're out and about, especially you're like portaging, or you're like, or bushwhacking, or just hiking overall, multi-days hiking. The reason why I decided to do an MRE or freeze dry my first night, because I do go to the site, or the camping site, after work, so that means I am traveling. So by the time I set up the tent and all that stuff, it's gonna be late. So I want to make sure that I have a meal that's ready to go. The MRE did that for me. Especially today. Today's raining. It's hard for me to start the fire. It's just a chance of thunder showers all night. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it as is and just leave it. Right? So it works out really well. So this particular meal itself is the chili, beans and chili with beans, of course, and the Santa Fe rice. Overall, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. The reason why is the beans and the marble pound cake. The Santa Fe rice, I'm not a big fan of. I can live without it. But overall, I'm very happy with this. And I just want to thank you to my friends who donated this to me. I really do appreciate this. And it gives me a great start on my camping trip. And yeah. So now I'm just going to relax, put my feet up, and enjoy the sound of the rain. And have another beer. And just relax and enjoy this evening. Well, again, meals, thank you very much for the donation of the meal, guys. I really do appreciate this. And yeah, I'm just gonna chillax for the rest of the day, night, I mean, day, sun's still out, and enjoy a beer and just listen to the rain and possibly watch some YouTube. It is 8:15, and I just ended up moving back into the tent because the rain is not letting out and it's getting cold. So I decided I'm just gonna go inside the tent and just relax for a bit, and yeah, just hunker down for the night. See, I can't use that. I can't do it. I'm not Steve. I'm not Steve Wallace. I can't pull that off. So I gotta find another catchphrase here. Let me think about that. But yeah, I think it's time for me to just to relax, put my feet up a bit, and enjoy the rain and just enjoy the quietness. My neighbors are coming in now, so people are driving into the city to start camping for the weekend. Yeah. So yeah. One thing that I want to talk about is the thermosol. Knock on wood, and plus the temperature is a little cold. There are mosquitoes flying around, especially when it stops raining a bit. And so far, knock on wood, none of them got me yet. The big test will be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the big test. So I'll find out if the thermosol actually works, because as you know, as soon as when the rain stops, mosquitoes comes out, because everything is like moist. So we'll find out if this is actually going to work properly. I had it on since I got here, and I don't have a control test, so I'm not going to bother doing a control test right now. How I see it, it's working. I'll leave it. And also one thing too, the wifey just messaged me saying that I forgot my barbecue grill at home. So I have steaks to cook and hamburger to cook tomorrow for lunch and for dinner. Hamburger for lunch, steak for dinner. So I gotta find a plan B. I am heading down to Canadian Tire in the morning to get a mat for my shoes. So I might just get a grill there, like a cheapo grill. The grill that I got was very good. So I got it in Canadian Tire. So I'm going to see if it's there. It's very cheap anyway. It's nice to have two of them just for separation. They are dishwasher safe, so that's perfect for me. So I might just pick another one when I am down there. It's not very expensive, but it's pretty cheap. Just to just to make it easier for me. What else? Yeah, just relaxing here, putting my feet up. I put my garbage hanging. The can of my first beer, I just left it out because they're not gonna go crazy on that one, especially with the animals. So I should be fine with those. I'm just need to move my chips out of the tent and put it in the car, and brush my teeth and finish my beer and just rest for the rest of the night. I think that's the good plan. It is still raining. I'm probably gonna wait until it dies down a bit. It's supposed to be dying down around 9, so that's about 40 minutes. So I'm probably gonna wait until that time before I head down to the washroom and brush my teeth and freshen up before I go to bed. So far, first afternoon of the night is actually pretty nice. Again, the only hiccups I got is the recorder. I don't know why it stopped working. Everything got recorded until it stopped working. I'm not sure if it's a firmware thing or what, but it's just weird. It could be the card itself. I'm hoping that it's just a card issue, because I really, really like that recorder, because again, it keeps the hands-free thing out. Keeps it hands-free. I don't have to hold the microphone. And yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. But I'm using my trusty EV RE50 ND. Love this mic. This mic is a tank. So I'm glad I brought this with me as my backup. So all this fails, I'll be using this for my podcast until I figure out what's wrong with this thing. It is 9:45 p.m. and then the rain hasn't stopped raining yet. And people are still coming to the campsite to start setting up at the middle of the night. So, yeah. So far, the first day has been very interesting. So a little bit of recap. It rained. I was very, very lucky that actually it stopped enough that I can put my tent up, my shelter up. But as soon as I set it up, it rained again. It made the fire pit really wet. The firewood's actually in the shelter right now, so it's protected. The rain hasn't stopped. It's constantly drizzling. There's times that actually stop for a bit, so I ended up getting out of the tent, had dinner in the MRE that my friends donated to me. That was awesome of them. Again, thank you so much. Then as soon as that started raining, as soon as I finished eating dinner, it started raining again. It's constantly raining. It's supposed to end around 1:00 in the morning, but we'll see. And the other hiccup that my primary recorder for this podcast actually stopped working. I have this feeling it could be the SD card that's corrupt, but I did check. I do have all the files except the last recording, so I switched to my backup. So far so good. I really like this backup. I think this is gonna be my primary for next for this trip, and keep using this. But so far that's the hiccup so far. Oh, and the other hiccup as well too. I forgot my grill. I forgot my grill at home, so now I have to go to Canadian Tire and grab another grill. That's fine. Having two is actually pretty good, so I can actually cook more than one meal at a time on the fire. So I'm gonna pick up another grill on this for tomorrow, and also I'm picking up a shoe mat for the tent. Like I mentioned, because I don't have a a vestibule, so when I remove my shoes has to come inside a tent. So that's a little annoying. Okay, I'm extremely annoyed about this, but whatever. Life move on. So I'll just get a mat. That's not a big deal. I'll put that in my kit to bring stuff. Yeah. So this is my first time sleeping in the Gazelle T4 hub. And so far, I'm very, very impressed with this. There is a little rip on the storage of the Gazelle, but it's not enough for me to send this back to get it fixed. Whatever, I'm barely going to be using this anyway. It's just there to hold my light, so no harm done. The other one as well too. Actually, no, I'm fine so far. I'll let you guys know by the end of this trip what I think about this tent. I did put the yoga mat on the floor just so I can walk around without any issues in the ground. Again, because of the rain and the rush that I was trying to set this up, I didn't actually do a proper cleanup in the ground where I'm going to put my tent, so that's my fault. It's not the yoga or the tent's fault. I did put a tarp, a very thick tarp, as my footprint. I prefer using a tarp because it's thicker, and I've been using it since the beginning, so I have no issues with it. For me to get a footprint dedicated for the tent is kind of wasteful. Whatever. The other one as well too that I ending up using instead of the one that came with the Gazelle is the pegs, the tent pegs. The one from Gazelle is the V-shaped one. They're not as good. I keep seeing people complaining about those tent pegs. One guy literally hammering it in, it bent. He had to cut that tag off his tent. So I'm kind of like, okay, you know what? I should get proper pegs anyway, like a very stiff, strong peg. So I ended up picking that up from Canadian Tire for a set from wood, so I'm very happy with that. I'm using it right now on the tent. It's pretty solid. The only thing I didn't do on this tent is to run the guide wires for the tent. People are saying that before about the tent, all the reviewers, all the people who've been using it for a while, said that there's really no point putting the guide wires out. The only time you do it if there's strong gusts of wind. Right now, because I am in the middle of a park that's covered with trees, for me to get a gust of 25 kilometers, that's going to be rare. Plus, I want to know what is the limit of the tent, so I decided not to put that on. You can actually hear the rain. It's raining again. It's supposed to stop raining tonight around 1 o'clock in the morning, so that's fine. I have no issues with that. I prefer that. So it's supposed to be sunny on Saturday and Sunday. So that's what's going to happen, and hopefully that's going to work out really well. I can get the tent dry, the shelter dry, everything dries up a bit. I am going to start using the fire in the morning just to warm up a bit and go from there. It is raining hard now. You can actually hear it. Yep. I think it's going to be a full-blown thunder shower tonight. So this is a good test of the tent. There it is. You can actually hear that. Oh, it's pouring really hard. Interesting. So here it is, boys and girls. It's raining. And yeah. It is what it is. Wow, this is crazy. Typically I have a window open because it's raining, but because of the wind, it's gonna be it's just gonna come in. So I just closed all the windows, so I don't know exactly what's actually happening. I might crack one of the windows just to see what's going on outside, but it's really dark outside, so there's really no point to seeing what's out there. Yeah, it's really dark outside, so there's no point. So yeah, I'm actually standing up in the tent right now. It's actually very, very spacious. Like my my Kingdom 6 from REI, my tent from REI is massive. It's like a dome style, or like a almost like a hangar style. So there's a lot of room. But this one is actually a lot taller. It's supposed to be 6 foot tall tent, and to be honest with you, this feels more roomy than my REI. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with the size of this. The only thing that I want to test out next is putting another cot here for the wifey. It is possible to put another cot here. It is going to be tight, but that should not be a problem. Yeah, so I'm going to listen to the rain. I might turn on the game, actually. I might watch the baseball game for a bit. They are in Anaheim, so that'll be a fun game to watch or listen. But yeah, no, that's a couple of things I forgot at home. I'm going to pick that up at Canadian Tire to replace. Sorry, one thing I forgot in Canadian Tire at home that I'm going to grab from Canadian Tire, and the mat itself. I have my jacker here plugged in, ready to go. Yeah, it's really loud. I'm not even sure if you can actually hear me through the tent rain. The rain is hitting the tent, so yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be incredibly fun. It is 6:12 a.m. It's day 2, and okay. First of all, I think I fixed the Zoom, my recorder, so I'm back to my normal recorder now. So I have my 2 hands free. Did it? Yeah, I did it last night. Did it this morning, early morning. So that's been fixed. It was just a firmware update issue. Weird. Okay. Anywho. Last night was interesting. Let's start with the sleeping arrangement. Sleeping in a cot is not. Well, it's comfortable. Don't get me wrong; it's very comfortable. It was easy to sleep in, but I wish I had a double cot instead. But the single cot will do fine. It was cold, but it wasn't too cold. There is a temperature difference between being inside a tent and being outside the tent. I noticed that when I was going in and out the tent last night, even this morning when I went to the bathroom. It was it was a big temperature change. Surprisingly, the tent did hold the heat that I generated inside the tent. That was nice. So just that's a good to know for next time. Right now it is 12 degrees, and it doesn't feel like 12 degrees inside a tent. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I was just kind of weirded out about that. But it at the end of the day, it did rain, like I mentioned last in day one, in day one. It did rain all night last night. It didn't stop until I don't know. I woke up around 5:30 this morning, so the rain stopped already. It actually feels a lot clearer. There's still clouds in the sky, but it's not as thick or dark as in yesterday. Yeah, it just rained. There's one point last night that it was just pouring. It was like pouring rain. It was not a thunderstorm. That's good. But it was just pouring. The tent, I was very happy with the tent. The tent survived. I did spray the tent with waterproof sealant in the seam. There is some condensate. The tent wall is very damp. not super damp, but damp. So it's typical. So if you do have a tent, don't make sure that all your stuff is away from the walls, so so the water doesn't go through. It's typical to all the tents. I had the same issue in REI, or even my first tent from wood. It was fine. It was waterproof, but as soon as you put something close to the tent, it does go through. So this tent has the same issue as well too, so that's fine. I expected that going into it. I did leave my camping chair inside the tent because after dinner last night, it was just getting too cold outside, so I brought it in and just hanged it around inside the tent. I forgot to mention this. I did close all the windows, like when I was hanging around inside the tent, because the cross breeze was getting chilly. So I closed that, and it actually warmed up a bit. So that was pretty neat. Yeah. So I realized something. Because when I do this kind of recordings for podcasts, I like to do it inside a tent because it's slightly quieter and less wind. Having a chair inside a tent actually helped a lot. Plus, just hanging out inside a tent, especially if it's a cold day, I might, when I go to Canadian Tire this morning, I might consider getting another chair, because for me bringing it in and out of this chair is just getting really too cumbersome. Yeah, and plus I would keep attracting dirt. Or I'll probably just leave it until my next trip and bring the other one just in case. But right now, I'm liking having a chair inside my tent. I'm just saying, if this is close to glamping, I'm okay with that. Yeah, so it's a good morning. Again, it's only 6:17. I might just chillax for a bit in my tent before I head out. The only thing that I forgot to bring with me this morning, clothing-wise, is an extra pair of pants. I wore shorts coming in yesterday, and the only pants that I have is my sweatpants. And I am now walking around the campsite as Captain Sweatpants all day. So I do have a rain pants that I used when I was riding motorcycles. So it's just a typical outdoor rain pants. So I might wear it. I'll just probably wear that this morning, just to keep my legs cool for a bit. And shoes wise, I only brought my runners and my 5 fingers. So I'll probably use my runners all day. So hopefully it warms up a bit. It's supposed to warm up. I don't know how many degrees it's supposed to warm up because it keeps changing. Let's go find out. I'm not sure if you can hear the birds, but the birds are singing. It's supposed to high of 21. 21 will be at 4 p.m. tonight, this afternoon. So it's going to be a chilly majority of the day. That's fine. That's the case. I'll be wearing sweaters and sweatpants, sweater and pants that I brought with me. I am going to start a fire for lunch, or even for breakfast. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I do have a neighbor about 30 feet away from me, plus another neighbor behind me, another 40 feet away from me, and it's too early to start whacking an axe, start to cut my firewood. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer and just going to hang out inside the tent to keep warm. But no, I just want to let you guys know the first night went well. No issues. Again, I fixed my Zoom. I updated the firmware, so I got my hands free again, and I'll be recording throughout the day. And I have my backup recorder just in case. One thing that I want to talk about, forgot to mention this. I bought 2 lanterns. They're all USB based lanterns, lights, and they're great. It's a Wood brand lights. If you're in Canada, go straight to Canadian Tire and grab one of those, man. They're small, they're tiny, they're silicone, so they're silicone where the lights are. It's LED, and bright. Again, I'll take a photo of this and put it on the website. It's pretty neat. And I have about two of them. One is in top of my tent right now that's illuminating. Big word for the early morning, illuminating the tent, and it's pretty bright. Again, I haven't brought down the windows yet, so it's a little dark. Plus, I have one beside my bed. Before I go to bed, I just had that on. Oh, it's like a lamp thing. But I'll be using the one beside my bed at night. I'm going to leave it outside, especially if it's going to be non-raining. So I'll be hanging out outside more. And I really wish I brought another chair. I don't want to take this chair out of my tent. It's very comfortable. Yeah, no, this is good. I'm just going to relax for a bit and wait until around 7 o'clock, 7:30 to start breakfast and start the fire and all that good stuff. It is 7:30 and I finally decided to stand up and get out of bed. The sun is out. Holy crap, the sun is out. Just doing a walking inspection of the campsite after I left it last night. The shelter I got to keep the sun out of my head survived. That's good. And my feet is wet now because I didn't think about this properly. Awesome. That's just fantastic. No, the shelter held up well. Again, I'm gonna take photos after I settled in, dry it up a bit. The sun should dry up everything today. If it does, that's awesome. Just to get everything settled in. I have my thermal rest running. I'm actually going to be doing fire today. Reason I'm going to start doing fire today because need heat. Heat is good. Heat is very good. So before I do anything, I'm going to start the fire. Oh, the other thing too, I'm going to replace the thermostat because it's getting almost done. So I'm going to replace that because we just don't know how many buggies we have today. Good thing about rain just ended. The bad thing about this whole thing, if you come think about it, is everything is wet, so mosquitoes love wet areas. So I'll get that up and running first. Get thermocell, then get the fire up and running. After that, I can start cooking breakfast. The bench is still wet, unfortunately, so I can't really sit on it. That's kind of sucky, but whatever. I do have my seat here, so I'm probably just gonna eat in the shelter and yeah, just eat there. Okay, garbage goes to the garbage bag that I hanged up. So I didn't hear any raccoons last night, so that's good. Oops. What? I didn't hear any raccoons last night. I have this feeling they're still not fully awake yet. But yeah, I don't hear any raccoons or anything like that last night, so I was very happy about it. Plus it was raining. My neighbors were very quiet. That was nice of them. But they were out eating until like 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night. So that was pretty cool of them. Yeah, where's my gloves? Where's my gloves? There's fire gloves. everything is wet, so everything is crumbling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the fire first using the wood that I got. What I got is pretty good. I have enough smaller pieces here that I can start as a base. I'm not sure how much I'll be lighting up. So if you're buying wood from Ontario parks, make sure you get small. You get like a variety of small and big pieces. It will help. It will help start the fire. And what I normally do, I do a not teepee, but a box to start with. I also have with me a fire starter because I really don't like using I use fire starters because it's easier to light and less hassle dealing with it. It just starts. Because the wood is very wet, what I might do is go crazy in the fire starter side so I can what fire starter I have is actually pretty. I have this sort of a foamy thing. I had this for a while now. It does work. It works really well. Again, I have to use a little bit more because of how wet it is. Hopefully this will work enough that it just starts to fire itself. I don't have enough, so I might have to pick up some more. Maybe look at the entire. I just don't want to buy more stuff that I don't need, like thinking I don't need, but I actually need. Okay. The other thing that I need to do as well too is just to get some water. Okay, let's start this guy. Oh, that smells so good. That smells really, really good. Oh yeah, that works. That will work perfectly. Okay then, the fire's up and running. So I'm making a list of what I need to get. I need to get a grill. I need to get a fire starter. Possibly another chair, depending. Possibly a table. We'll see. I'm gonna do is grab my stove. Get that up and running. The stove that I have is a hand-me-down from my sister and my ex-brother-in-law. They know that I go camping a lot, and they were very gracious enough to say, "Here, have it." So I was complaining that I might have to replace my stove, and they're like, "Here, use this." And since then I have it, and it's been working perfectly for me, and it works. The only thing that I was trying to find when I was last time I was in Canadian Tire, so I was looking for a barbecue cleaner thing, because I do want this thing to be cleaned properly. Because Plus again, I haven't used this in a while, so it gets really dirty really fast. So that's that. So for this breakfast, I'm gonna make some eggs, bacon, and some rice. Oh, the fire feels nice. Oh, that feels really nice. Wood is good, wood is dry. So I might have to pick up more wood for tonight. But first I should do water. I should do coffee first. I'm running down very low coffee. I am going to use the coffee from the MRE last night because why not? Someone try that. Plus it has chocolate milk too, so I might try that as well too. I might save that for tomorrow actually for breakfast with my coffee, depending on how much I end up eating today. But first, coffee. In this trip, I only brought with me 4 liters worth of water. It's just simple 4 liters worth of water because it's only me. I don't see myself going more than 4 liters worth of water, so I just left it as is because there's no point of bringing more water. I got the 4-liter jug one, not the individual pack ones, because they're harder to dispose. I'd rather dispose one big one rather than multiple ones. Okay, coffee mug is in the car. Typically I leave everything in the car as much as possible to eliminate stuff being outside, especially in the rain. If it's during the summer, you know it's going to be sunny all day. I don't mind leaving it outside. I usually leave my cooler inside the car, dry bin in outside for easy access. But in this case, because of the rain, everything just went inside the car for just to make it easy. Overall, here's the coffee. Did I accidentally toss it out? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, it says here freeze dry coffee with sugar, salt, and pepper. So try this out. I'm gonna prep the coffee while everything's brewing. At least I can get the rest of the brekkie out of the car. Okay, it smells good. Let's go shake this up. Pressure from the hot water. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock, sorry, 8 o'clock. I did stop the recording because I was just mumbling all over the place. So the fire actually stopped working. It literally just died. So I had to stroke it and put another fire starter. Next thing it's running again. I have my rice running. I have my bacon running. I cut from a full pack of bacon. I brought half of it with me because I love bacon. So I'm cooking that right now. Unfortunately, my pan that I'm using is incredibly small, and I didn't prepare it properly. I just literally dump everything in there and just go. Typically I stagger it, but I was being like, I'm not gonna dirty my hands, so I just dumped everything in there. So I was being lazy, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna cook. I'm still gonna be happy with my bacon. So it's still cooking. Rice looks good, bacon looks good, fire looks good. The sun is coming out, so it is getting hot. Like, it is getting warmer and warmer. I'm hoping that's gonna be warm enough and the sun is out to dry up the campsite a bit. Having the fire actually helped a lot to warm this area up a bit. Again, no one's really here. I'm very, very surprised. It is after Labor Day, after it's not Labor Day, Victoria Day. So everyone did ending up going out or camp last weekend. I decided to do it this weekend because there's less people, I know that. And because I can get my campsite that I want. And breakfast is cooking. Where am I gonna sit? That's the biggest thing. I have to figure out where to sit. Oh, egg yolk broke. Well, it's gonna be a fried egg then. Okay, so breakfast time. I have eggs, bacon, and rice. The reason why I'm eating rice is, well, I like rice, and second is it's easy for me to cook rice, plus storage, plus it gives you enough calories that it will keep you moving throughout the day. I have a tendency to eat a lot of heavy calories, heavy things during camping because of the weather. Every time it's usually the weather-wise it makes me eat more. So that's why I'm having rice instead of bread. This coffee from MRE that my buddy gave me, donated to the strip, it's really good. Well, it took me a while to find out where the coffee is. Yeah, but I put 2 sugars, the creamer, and the coffee. And it's really good. It is... I think my watch just stopped working. I think it just did. I don't know what time it is. According to my watch, it's 8:30. But it's been 8:30 for a while, so I don't know what time it is anymore. But anyway, just finished eating breakfast. I'm just relaxing now and just enjoying the fire for a bit, just warming up. So it's just amber now, so I'm not gonna bother putting more wood in the fire because I'm trying to clean up, head out, and get the stuff that I'm missing. Let's see if I can find a foldable table that's like packed, that's very small. I think they have that here. If not, then I'll just wait until I get back to when I get home and order it. But here's the thing, I just finished sitting down on the bench and my whole sweater is like messed up, dirty. So I think going forward I should definitely have to have my own table for eating and just relaxing and putting stuff on it. Picnic table will be dedicated just for prepping food and putting stuff on top. If it's dry, then I'll use it. But if it's wet like this, like what happened last night because of massive rain, it's just damp and cold, using the bench is definitely going to be will be an adventure. Right now I'm using a yoga mat. Remember I told you earlier I brought 3 yoga mats. One's to find out if I can use the yoga mat to line the tent, so just in case I step on something it's not going to hurt, like a padding. I bought 3 of them, so one of them is acting as my cushion on the chair, so to minimize me getting dirty because of the wet wood. So yeah, so far this morning is actually a lot nicer. The sun is actually coming out. It's beautiful. I'm gonna take photos so when I get back from Canadian Tire for supply run. Again, the purpose of me coming here to this campsite because of the proximity to Canadian Tire and Walmart and Staples. Don't ask. Just in case I need something like a grill, like the stuff I forget. The goal is to whatever I keep here will be my go-to camping equipment going forward. Before I leave, I should lower down the flaps of the shelter just to keep it so you can dry up, because it is crunch the side. I'm afraid it's going to get dirty or keep wet, and I'd rather get the sun dry it up a bit. So when I pack it up, I don't have to worry about it getting dried. Also, my jackery, last night I used about 30% last night. I have enough for tonight as well. I don't see myself charging anything else tonight, so I might just not even charge it. It would be nice to try the solar power, see how much it can charge, but in this rate and the partly cloudy and foliage, it's just going to be a little harder to charge the jackery. So one thing that I forgot to check before I actually set up a tent is branches. Any branches that's potentially going to be falling, but this place gets maintained very well, so I'm not really worried. Until now, there's a dead tree right on top of me, but it should be fine. So yeah, breakfast is good. I just have to wash up and clean up a bit. I do have 2 collapsible buckets buckets, so I can use to wash the pots and the utensils before I head over. Yeah. It is 12:08 p.m. So I just got back from Canadian Tire, and I ended up getting a grill and water and some shower shoes, shower flip-flops, and sandals, because my sandals that I have right now for my personal sandals is it's old and it doesn't have the ruggedness to cope with this kind of terrain, like grass and not grass but loose gravel and like typical camping site. It's designed for more urban. So I ended up getting one. It was on sale. It was actually in the clearance aisle, so I got that. It's actually pretty nice. It's Merrell's, so I'm happy with that. I also ended up and then I ended up getting shower shoes or shower flip-flops because of I don't like it's just for health issue, for health thing, and anything else. The temperature actually in the campsite did increase a bit significantly from this morning. It is still breezy. When I left the park, it was actually, the car's registering 19 degrees, but it feels like 25. It was so hot. I was wearing a sweater and sweatpants, like one of those water repellent sweatpants, and I was boiling hot. So what I did is as soon as I got home, I just took a shower and just freshened up, because I just need to take a shower. So I took a shower as soon as I got back. I got stuff drying. I got my turtle cells up and running. I'm just very happy that I haven't really sprayed a bug spray on me since I got here. Again, knock on wood. The only thing that I forgot to grab when I was in Canadian Tire is a floor mat for my shoes to get into the tent. I just remembered when I was actually driving back into the campsite, back to the park. So looks like I'm gonna have no mat until my next trip. That's fine. I think I have a spare one at home anyway, so that's fine. So that's what I forgot to get. I'm just hoping the sun will be above me like soon, so I can get the tent dried up and the shelter dried up as well too, because it's just getting a little too damp. I did buy new wood, because I'll be eating around 1 o'clock anyway for lunch, because I just need to eat. Then I'm gonna have dinner around 7, 8 o'clock at night when it gets a little lower in the sun. The good news is I did all the dishes, all that stuff. Everything worked out really well overall. I'm very happy where it is. I might change my site when I go down here with my parents and my cousin, like I mentioned earlier, to this campsite. It's actually very nice. It's close to the bathroom, close to everywhere, so they don't have to walk too far. I'm gonna see if I can do that when I get back to the city. Just get that sorted out, because again, it's a very nice it's a nice area. Yeah, it's close to the bathroom. I don't even smell anything at all or anything like that. Traffic's actually pretty light. I have this feeling traffic will go up during a beautiful summer's day. I'll probably be in the same area, just down a bit. I think that's the best way to do this. Nothing too far, nothing too close, because I want to make sure it's easy walk for them. But no, overall, it's good so far. Again, I'm just relaxing, chillaxing. Might listen to audiobook or watch a little YouTube while relaxing. I think for me, the best part for me camping is just not think about anything else except being here, right? Because if you're in a city or where you live and you're not outside, you have a tendency to think about things that you shouldn't be thinking about, or doing things that you know what you're obligated to do. Here, you don't obligate to do nothing. I think that's why I like camping so much. It's just put your feet up and relax and enjoy your time here, right? So that's the goal, right? Again, the sun is coming up. It's hitting the 10th a bit. That's good. So that will dry up. I'm hoping that's not going to rain at all tonight. According to the forecast, there's no rain at all tonight and tomorrow. So that's a good thing. The whole thing will dry up today. Yeah, that's what I'm crossing my finger for. I did drive around a bit before I came back to the site. I say about 70% capacity overall in the campsite. When I tried to leave this place, I got lost a bit, and I realized that there's a lot of people on the other side that has trailers and all that good stuff, but bigger. And I see one guy was just setting up. So there's a good chance that he's starting his camping today. Looks like the amount of provisions that he has probably about 3 to 4 days worth of food. So I think he's going to be here for a while. I do want to talk about the idea that I had doing week-long trips up north, like Killbear or Pinery or even Sandbanks or even Pasquale, like 5 days worth of camping around August or September. And I'm still playing with that idea. It's just timing part is the hardest part. Just to get out and just go for it, right? July is actually pretty empty for me as well too. I have nothing actually booked for July because of the it's a peak summer season, so weekends is usually packed. It's always packed on weekends, but weekdays is actually empty, like Thursday to Monday to or even Sunday to Wednesday, or for example, Sunday to Saturday or Saturday to Friday, or check out Friday. Yeah, so I'm looking at that right now. I'm thinking about that. I just need to find a place to go. I think that's the key. If I find a place to go, that would be sweet. That would be a best scenario. But again, it really depending on the availability of those sites and my schedule and all that good stuff. But I am thinking about it. I am thinking about it hard, because I definitely want to go do it and just hang out and enjoy being out here, especially up north. Up north is awesome, and the beach is awesome. So I can just go to the beach and just swim for a bit and head back, right? Those kind of things. So I'm playing that. Well, I'm looking at that right now. So a lot of possibility. It is 2:20 p.m. and it's lunchtime. I decided to eat lunch late because I had a big breakfast, and I'm probably gonna have dinner around 8 o'clock tonight. I'm just having a simple burger, nothing fancy. I'm trying out the new grill to see if this actually works. Right now I don't have that much heat or fire going through the fire pit. It's just a simple 4 logs type deal. I just want to create heat, and that's it. So what I have is I have the grill on top of the grill that came with the fire pit, just to hold it in. I decided not to get a proper grill because of storage, and last time I had one of those, it was such a pain in the ass to clean. So I found this. This is the same grill mat thing that you use for barbecue, for vegetables or fish or anything like that. But this time I'm actually going to use it to actually grill the food, so I don't have to bring a separate grill. So this is sort of a thing that if the grill works in the other fire pit, this will work perfectly. If it doesn't work, then I'm kind of screwed. But so far it's working perfectly. I'm very happy how this is actually working out. And I'm gonna have some one burger, one bun, ketchup lunch, and chips. Nothing fancy, and a beer. That's all. Fancy lunch. It is 6:17 p.m. I just finished my second nap of the day. So yeah, I'm just super relaxed right now. I just ending up sleeping all night, all afternoon. So I just didn't bother walking around, because again, I was just too relaxed, and just don't want to. Yeah, I was just too relaxed. Let me just fix my mic here. I was just too relaxed to do anything right now. So yeah, I do have dishes to do before dinner tonight. I am planning to have my steak and asparagus tonight and have that sorted out. I'm still debating if I'm gonna have my rice in the same time. I'll probably just do asparagus and steak. Yeah, because steak is pretty big, so I'll probably just do that. Skip the rice today. The weather-wise, it's been very, very good weather-wise. It's been warm during the day. It's sunny. If you're underneath the sun, it's like hot. If you're not underneath the sun, it's a nice cool breeze, so it's a little chilly. So it's not as bad what it's supposed to be. So I'm very, very happy with the weather, how it turned out. Friday was a little chaotically wet. That's understandable when it's still in May. Tomorrow is going to be the same thing. It's actually going to be warmer on Sunday, when I pack up. I'm just glad that the tent and the shelter is dry now. The only thing that is damp and wet will be just underneath the main tent, my sleeping tent. But what I'll do is I'll just bring it to the sun as soon as I start packing up. I'll do that, the tarp last, folding that in last, but the rest should be fine. But overall, I'm very happy with the setup itself. I did take some photos. I wish I took more photos. I'm going to try to take some photos tonight when the fire is going. My plan is just to finish all the wood tonight, if I can. And just finish it off. I did buy 2 bags of wood overall. And hopefully that I can, 2 bags of wood plus a couple of small pieces for kindling. Get that sorted out. I'm going to keep the shelter up for this evening just in case I need it, but I doubt it though. I'll probably just I won't use it for today then. The reason why I bought a shelter is just in case it gets really hot or it gets really rainy, so at least I can sit underneath it. But here's the thing though, like I mentioned earlier, like in day 1 or day 2, well, today's day 2, like in day 1, having a small table, like either way, I mentioned earlier, I keep forgetting that this is a 3-day 1 episode podcasting. I'm still used to doing 1 episode 1 day type thing, but this is like throughout the whole 3, so mind me. The problem I have is, since I've been camping, since I started camping, is the picnic table. The picnic table is great, But the only problem is the picnic table gets used for prepping food, getting ready, prepping food, putting stuff on top, and all that stuff. It rarely gets used as a table. Some people do bring their own camping kitchen appliance, like setup, especially for multi-day trips, and that will work perfectly. That eliminates you using the picnic table as a storage device, or as a thing to put on top, or stuff to put on top on, and actually use it as a dining table, like a table to eat on. The problem for me is I don't have that. It's too big. So to fix that, I use the picnic table to prep my food, cook my food, put my stove there and all that good stuff. And I don't have a seating area that I can actually sit and eat on. I have a camping chair, but not a table. So I'm going to look for something online, because I've seen examples of really great tables that's like accordion style that you can pack really, really small. I've seen a couple of camping YouTubers, especially in Asia, especially in Korea. They have this really cool table thing. So I'm gonna see if I can find one, but I want something that's has a little height to it, right? That when I sit in the camping chair, it's like proper height of a table relatively to the camping chair. That would be the ideal thing. So if my wife and I go camping, at least we have a table to sit on, a table to use while we're eating, and at the same time using the camping table, the picnic table, to prep our food. Right? Makes sense, right? With the shelter that I have, I can fit at least 4 people, but 2 people comfortably with that table. So at least we're underneath. At least we're out of the elements while we're eating. Right? So that's what I'm thinking. I think that would be the best setup ever for me as a solo camper. That would be ideal as well too. So I stop using the picnic table for any of that. I'll just eat it on that table, right? So makes sense, right? Makes sense in my head. So I'm gonna start cleaning up, getting ready for dinner tonight. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip the rice. I'm just gonna have the asparagus and the steak. I do have a flank steak that I do want to eat. Looks very, very delicious. I'm just using it with motorcycle. Tons of them in this area. Surprisingly, motorcycles and planes. And very expensive cars. So that's what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna get everything sorted out and get ready, start the fire, and finish it off. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna keep my stove up. For tonight, it's not gonna rain tonight. So at least I can put, I'll put the kitchen stove away. I'll probably just leave it here tonight. I'll leave it tonight. Leave the water and all that stuff out, because there's no point in putting it in the car and taking it back out again. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, let's go clean up and wash dishes. It is 7:45. Yes, 7:45. So I just finished eating dinner. The steak was massive. It was good though. It would be nice to actually have potatoes. Originally I was supposed to have potatoes for dinner with the steak, but I scratched that because I was planning to get the baked potato that's already individually wrapped, but the place that I go to for groceries, everything comes to 4, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna eat all 4. So I wish I just bought it and gave the 3 to the wifey, because she loves potatoes, and this will be better. Plus I made a mistake too, that the steak that I bought is just massive. So it's a lot of protein. It's a very big, heavily protein diet dinner tonight. But no, it's good. Overall, it's pretty good. Okay, let's recap what happened for the past few days. And my thoughts of going solo camping for the first time. So let's start with actually, you know what? I'm gonna move to my chair. I'm gonna move to my lounger chair here. Okay, much better. Let's start with let's start with the day one. I think day one's the best. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save all the recap for day 3 because it'll give me a better idea what's happening, and just savor the moment of being here. And so I finished all the wood. I finished all the wood, so I have to do the dishes. So what I'm gonna plan to do is gonna rest for a bit, and I'm gonna clean up. I'll put stuff back in the car, so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. I'm gonna clean the grill tomorrow morning. Depends if it's warm, and if it's cold enough before when I'm doing dishes, I'll clean it. But if it's not, I'll have to wait until tomorrow morning to do that. The yoga mat helped a lot, but I definitely want to look at getting a higher table for me to use when I go camping, because right now the picnic table, like I mentioned earlier, is just being used for prepping, and it's a rough shape, and I don't want to depend on the picnic table to eat on, because I want to use it for something else. So that's what I'm going to do. For the next camping trip, I'm going to look for that table, because I really like the folding ones, and that's easy to pack. That'll be great, and I'll just eat under the shelter. If it's going to be cold, if it's going to be raining or hot, at least I'm being sheltered. I am not running a solarium or a pardon me, or a gazebo, because there's really no point, because the gazebo is too big. It's just too big for my liking. So I'm just going to use my shelter as of right now, and I'm using Thermacell. Thermacell is actually working perfectly as my bug deterrent. The cards, or the disc that comes with it, it's roughly about 6 hours what I'm getting it. I'll probably not gonna replace it until tomorrow, and or I won't even replace it at all. Oh yeah, I'm gonna replace it for tomorrow. Just in case for tomorrow, depending on how buggy it is tomorrow. But I'm gonna not replace it until tomorrow if I need to. And I'm very happy with the whole trip so far. I should be a little bit more active next time, next camping trip, especially my full day. The reason why I just ending up sleeping the whole day is just exhaustion from work, and just to relax. And the breeze was really nice. So even just sitting in the stool, my camping chair, I actually fell asleep. So it's not a very good. It's a good indication that if you're tired, just sleep. Don't bother doing any activities. Plus, the pool here is still closed. I did pass by it. I am going to stop by the store to get a sweater before I head back. So that's going to be my thing tomorrow. I am going to eat a freeze-dry meal tomorrow. I'm gonna have a freeze-dried meal, so can't wait to taste it. Unfortunately, I don't have a backup if that thing fails, so that's gonna be fun. If that fails, then I'll just run to Tim Hortons before I go home or something. But pardon me. My goal will be I'll probably sleep in around 7-8 o'clock, have breakfast, tear everything down, tidy up a bit. There's no wood left to leave here, so I'm just gonna So yeah, so definitely gonna be a two wood bags per weekend. I am gonna move to bottled waters next trip instead of using the 4 liter ones. The problem with the 4 liter ones is it's kind of hard to gauge how much you're using, all that good stuff. And I am not gonna, and the water bottle I'm using, it's nice, but it's kind of annoying to use. So I'll probably use one of my other water bottles for that. If I do switch to the water bottle, like disposable water bottles, the individual pack, I don't have to worry about bringing a water bottle. It's just a storage part. There's a lot of things I want to remove for my next trip. And I think it will help a lot. The solar panel for the Jackery, I never get a chance to test it because the trees are too high and it's just blocking everything. So there's no exposure of the sun here. So that's kind of disappointing to test it. But I'm gonna test it in the next camping site at the end of June to see how that works out. Yeah. But now I'm just gonna rest here for a bit and enjoy the fire. And after that, give myself 10 minutes before I clean up. Oh, before I go, I'm not sure if you can hear, there's music playing right now. I'm just hoping that it's not going to be all-nighter. If it is, I'll be very disappointed. It's sort of disappointing that people play music in the middle of a campsite. It just does not make any sense. It's just me. It is 10 p.m. and I'm ready to head to bed. I'm calling it early. Early than 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. So I'm just looking at the weather report here. Overnight is 9 degrees. Feels like 9. 20% chance of rain, so that's still going to be, in other words, no rain. So that's good. Yeah, no rain. It's just 20%. Not a big deal. And also, there's going to be a 9 kilometer gust of wind coming from the north. And yeah, that's going to be it's going to be colder than yesterday. Last night was actually pretty warm. Tonight's going to be slightly colder. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but it's going to be slightly colder tonight. I still don't have a buddy here. I'm not going to get one because there's really no point. Possibly when I do my October camping, I'll definitely get one. But right now, I'm not going to get one. So, yeah. So I'm just getting ready to settle in and calling this a night. And yeah, so I have everything ready to go. Everything's packed. The only thing that's left outside is just my stove, my potable water for washing dishes, and my bins, not bins, but collapsible buckets to wash dishes from. Everything's hanged up. Garbage are hanging, so there's no potential creatures ransacking my garbage. So that's always a good practice to do before you go to bed. Fire's out. Yeah, I think that's it. It is Saturday night. The music that I was telling you guys about earlier, they just turned that off. There's actually, I think, a Chinese family just a couple down the 2 sites away. They're playing mahjong. It's pretty cool. I'm tempted to actually walk over there and say, hi, are you guys playing for fun? Can I play with you guys? Because my wife actually taught me how to play mahjong about 6 months ago. So I'm really liking that game. So I'm tempted to go down there and see if they're willing to bring me in for fun, but I decided not to. That's pretty cool because I can actually hear the tiles. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, everyone's surrounding me. Everyone's sort of settling in. The campsite beside me, it's a family. Looks like it's just like friends just camping out. So that's pretty cool of them. They said hi to me earlier. Yeah, no, it's a good it's gonna be a cooler night tonight. I'm just going to just get my bed ready and settled in for the night, and go from there. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys. It is day 3, 7:10 a.m. Second night. Last night was it was a little harder to sleep last night. It's not because of the cold or anything like that. It's just I only brought one pillow with me, and when I sleep on my side, I like to have something between my legs just to prop up my hip a bit more. But unfortunately, I didn't have that in this trip. Typically, again, I bring 2 pillows. I don't know why I decided just to bring one. Still can't figure that one out. But overall, the temperature last night was a lot cooler than the first night, and it was fine. It wasn't as I thought it's going to be a lot colder last night, but it was. But when I was sleeping underneath my sleeping bag with my sleeping pad on a cot, is actually a lot warmer than I thought it would be. The whole setup actually regulated my heat and the cold properly, so I didn't feel uncomfortable in the cold side, in the temperature side. It's just I'm just missing a pillow. That's what it is. I also did like I mentioned in day 2, that I couldn't charge my Jackery because of the trees, the canopy of the tree. It's actually covering all the sun. So I didn't get a chance to charge it. I didn't actually have a proper location to put the solar panels out. But I decided not to charge it to see how far I can push this in one weekend, right? So I turned it off this morning. I literally have 37% left of power from the Jackery. And it's only a 240 watt unit. Granted, the only thing that's plugged into that is my charger for my phone, my CPAP. And granted, my CPAP is the portable one, the ResMed Air Mini. It only draws 6 watts 6 watts continuous use. Maximum watts is like 10 watts or something, 10-15 watts per max when it's for the initial startup. But it does average out to about 6 watts by the time it actually just continuous use. So an average use, I mean. So I'm very, very happy with the Jackery and the size that I got it. I did charge as an experiment, charged my laptop on this before twice, and I still got 50% left. Yeah, so I charged multiple devices. I'm not eating a lot of power overall in my camping setup. So again, it's only a portable CPAP machine and my phone. Also, the lights that I got, it's I'll tell you exactly because I have the box right beside me here. Hold on. I have the Wood Solo rechargeable tent light with 300 lumens with a running time of 14.5 hours. And I'm very impressed with this. I'm just looking at the battery meter, and I still have 4 bars. And I've been cranking this stuff all day, like every night, like in max. Even I actually left this on a better part of the day on yesterday, and it's still running. I'm very, very impressed with this light. So if you're in Canadian Tire, definitely get this Wood Solo rechargeable tent light. I'll leave the link, and I'll put the link in the on the website. It's pretty neat. I have two of these. One is actually hanging in the tent. The other one is just ready to go to bring outside because when the sun goes down, I really haven't used the other one. So I've been using it as a lamp style light before I go to bed. I turn off all the lights and I just use that at my bedside. So I'm very, very impressed with this light. It's actually best buy ever. One of the best buys. It is 8:16 a.m. and this morning I am going to have Spanish scrambled egg by Happy Yak. It's a freeze-dried meal. It's vegetarian. Great. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. So this is the review of the Happy Yak Spanish scrambled egg vegetarian. According to this, you just have to add water and fry it. Okay, I'm not upset because it's vegetarian. I'm upset because I didn't look at it properly. But first I'm gonna make some coffee. I got the thermostat up and running. I'm gonna grab some water and coffee up and running first because that's the most important thing to do this morning is coffee. It's coffee. Yes, okay, let's grab some water. Okay, so I bought another 4 liters worth of water, thinking that I'll be using all this last night. But apparently I was wrong in this one. I do have, double check my thermostat's working, yeah. Because there's a mosquito right here. It will take a while for this to kick in, but get the small one for water. I was saying that I'm gonna try to use the bottled water, like individual pack, for next trip. Because theoretically, I just finished using 4 liters right now. I just literally just finished the bottles now. And I want to know how efficient I am with water consumption going forward. Because theoretically, I can get away with 4 liters, but still. But sometimes it's not enough, especially if it gets colder, warmer going forward. If it gets warmer, then whatever, right? Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do while this is boiling? Yeah, I can't work without coffee, so I'm gonna wait until coffee is done. Then I'll start breakfast. Holy crap. I'm trying to drink the coffee. I don't know where it is. It's really hot. Yeah, it's hot. I found it. Found it. It's hot. It's I should put some cold water in this thing. Yeah, put some cold water in this thing just to cool it off a bit. Oh wow, it's really hot. I almost burned myself there. Okay, put a little tab of water in this thing. There you go. Just to cool it off. Now, time for breakfast. Okay, according to the instructions, okay, this freeze dry has a total of 340 calories, 7 grams of fat, trans fat is 0.1 gram, fiber is 3, sugar is 11, protein is 26 grams, sodium is 730 milligrams. Potassium 750 milligrams. Calcium is 300 milligrams. 300 milligrams. Iron is 3.5 milligrams. Made in Canada. So let's see how this works out. In a bowl, combine cold water and contain and the content of this bag mix well. Okay. Heads up, if you're planning to do any freeze dry stuff, double check if those things that that prevent moisture, those moisture packy thingies, are not in here before you do anything else. Because if you forgot to take them out, it'll be a very bad day for you. Not speaking in experience here, but I'm just saying, just be careful. Oh my God, this is supposed to be easy. Okay, no, I failed. No, I failed. Oh my God, why is this so difficult? Okay, where's my knife? If a knife can't open it, there's other issues. Where's my knife? Oh man. Okay, so my knife fell into the bin. Yes, it did. Ooh, that's not good. It's pointing upwards too. Not very safe. Always make sure your knives are safely stored before you chop yourself. Okay. Oh shoot. Oh, that made a mess already. Okay, powdered eggs. Yay. Again, according to instruction, just add water. I don't have any fire this morning, so it's just gonna go straight to garbage, unfortunately. Okay, so add cold water. The instruction didn't say how much cold water to put in, maybe until it mixes. Let's see. Note that I do not have a backup breakfast plan because I'm a smart man. So it's just mix well. According to instructions, you're supposed to mix this in a bowl and put it in a pan. You can fry this as an omelet or fry this as a scrambled egg. I'm gonna do an omelet because it looks bigger. I know, it makes so much sense, right guys? Okay, mix well. So I believe this is soy base. It is acting like an egg now. Okay, remember when you boil when you cook a scrambled egg, right? And it's boiling, yeah, and it's like simmering and all that good stuff. It's acting like an egg. So I'm a little weirded out, but it's working. Holy cow, it's working. Okay, so I'll keep looking at this and keep an eye on this. I do have ketchup, just in case, salt and pepper. But I want to try it out this without any additional compliments, and I just try it out as is. It's fluffing like a regular egg should be. Interesting. Okay. I'm banning the notion of thing because it's actually burning up. Holy crap, it's burning up. It's burning up. Okay. It's burning up. Okay. Okay, it's burning up. So note, it burns out fast. It does not smell like eggs. Actually, you can smell the peppers, all that stuff, and a hint of burned. Okay, so I'm gonna let it cook a bit more before I call this cooking a success. It smells good though. It smells a lot of spices put into this thing. Hopefully the spices does not cover doesn't cover anything else. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, I think this is done. Okay, where's my plate? Hold on here. Put this in the washing bin. Okay, let's go try this out. There is some liquid in here. While I'm eating my breakfast, let's talk about, before we talk about anything, let's just try this out. Okay. 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 Definitely it's not real eggs. The texture is like eggy. The peppers and the other things that goes into this, you can taste. Okay. It's missing salt and pepper. A lot of salt and pepper. Okay, and there's some pepper. Let's see if this fixes the issue. Oh, man. I think if you're hiking, you're in a pinch, this will work. But if you're camping with all the amenities of a stove and a fire, more salt. Oh my god. Okay. I think if you're on a bind or in a pinch, definitely this will work. Especially if you're hiking or anything like that. This meal will work because you get the protein you need and all that good stuff. But if you ask me if I want to eat this regularly, it's not gonna happen. A bit more pepper. A lot more pepper. Oh my god. Holy cow. Oh. Okay. Ketchup. Let's see if the ketchup will help the taste a bit. Okay. Okay. As soon as you put a lot more pepper, a lot more salt, and ketchup, it tastes like real omelet, like a regular scrambled egg. If you add those ingredients, it tastes like scrambled egg. A vegetarian scrambled egg. Has a nice aftertaste to it. Oh my god. Because I don't have any more breakfast. I didn't bring a backup breakfast. This is it, boys and girls. This is what I'm having. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm not. Oh God, no. No. I made my mind. I changed my mind. This is not what I thought it would be, to be honest with you guys. No. Yeah. No. 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 That's not gonna happen. Oh God, I'm spilling all over the place here. Oh no, let me try another bite. Maybe it's just me. No, definitely it's not me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh God, it's disgusting. I keep spilling my coffee. Happy Yak. I give this meal a 5 out of 10. Yeah, 5 out of 10. I'm not going to give you lower than that because it does serves a purpose to get your calories up while you're camping or you're hiking. Flavor wise, it's there, but I think it's the eggs. The whatever eggs substitute you guys use, I think it's it has to be soy based. It's not a I've had soy-based eggs before, and it did not taste like this. It definitely did not taste like that. I had really good soy-based eggs before. Again, that was way better, and that the texture in that one does not even taste. It doesn't have the same texture. This one has a texture of very dry broccoli. No, cauliflower. A dry cauliflower texture, but the peppers, the rest of the like peppers, I think there's carrots here too, and tomatoes. It's there, you can taste them. But I there's no way I can eat this, like all of it. Yeah. I'm really reconsidering doing a freeze dry or MRE reviews for this podcast right now. If I find something, I'll definitely review it, but right now I'm not going to be seeking it. The MRE that I had on Friday was good. 2 out of the 3 was good. Out of that meal, 2 out of 3 was very good. This one, Happy Yak, Spanish eggs. Again, give it about 5 out of 10 because of the soy. The egg substitute was not what I expected, and it can be better. Again, like I said, the reason why I didn't get it lower than 5 because I understand why people buy this stuff. And why they need it. If I'm only strictly eating this for the calories, then yes, it will make sense to make this calories, but not right now. No, I can't eat this. This is going to the garbage pile, unfortunately. I have this feeling something's actually happening to me right now, tummy-wise, so I think I'm just going to stop eating. If that's the case, I'm just going to pack up. I'm going to rest for a bit, then pack up. One of the shelters down now, so I'm just going to keep continuing, and I'm going to enjoy the coffee first before I start tearing down. Yeah, okay. That's for my review of the Happy Yak. I'm going to go rest for a bit. See if I can digest this thing. It is 10:27. The tents are out. The tent is in the car, actually. The shelter is out as well. The only thing that's left that needs to go in is my folding chair and the kitchen stuff. And FYI, and the tarp is supposed to go inside the car. Still drying up a bit. So FYI, I got the tent already bagged, ready to put into the car, and I realized that I left my wallet inside the tent. So I have to take it back out, remove it from the bag, remove the tent from the bag, partially set it up again, so I can go inside and find where my wallet is. I'm just glad that I picked the right door where the wallet is, so I picked that up. So that was genius on my end. And yeah. A little heads up here. I'm charging my GoPro plus my phone and through the Jackery. So when I started this trip, I had 100%. When I finish this trip, I will have 33% left in the battery and in my Jackery, my 240 watt Jackery. Call me impressed. This is pretty significant, to be honest with you. This is really cool that I can charge. I can use this whole weekend. The thing is, I was very sparing about how I use it. I don't turn it on for nearly. I just don't turn it on. I turn it on when I need it, and make sure anything's I don't need it. It's unplugged or turned off. That particular circuit, like for example, the AC or the USB, is typically off if I'm not using it. So overall, I'm very, very impressed with the Jackery. I really like it. Plus, I gotta find another way to, because in my old tent, when I leave the tent, I always see my wallet. In this case, when I leave the tent, it's still in the door area, but it's like really dark. So that's kind of sucky. But no, overall, I'm almost packed here. And again, the only thing that's left over is just the kitchen and my chair and my tarp, and the cooler is actually drying under the sun right now, including the collapsible bucket I have here when I do my wash. Also, FYI, I got my first mosquito bite. I got my first mosquito bite when I was dealing with when I was cleaning. I was getting some water, and that was that was very unexpected. And plus, my thermosol was all the way to the campsite, so hence it didn't go all the way there, so that's understandable. But right now the thermosol is literally beside me right now, protecting me, and it works wonders if you're beside it. But if you're not beside it, it doesn't work very well. Of course, you're supposed to be around the sphere of influence of the thermosol to be protected. What else? I'm making a mental note right now regarding what I'll be leaving and what am I not taking with me next time. That'll be a good list to go through. I'm going to finish packing up. Then after I pack up, I'm just going to drink my coffee and I'll give you my final thoughts of this place and final thoughts of my first camping trip and my lessons learned. So I'll do my lessons learned in our episode and go from there. But I'm just going to give you my first impression of my first camping trip and go from there. It is 11:15. I'm actually ahead of time here. It's ahead of schedule. So I want to give you guys a little first, my thoughts of going solo camping for the first time and just camping. Yeah, camping the first time by myself, the weather, the experience, all that stuff. So we'll start with the weather. I knew going into this is going to be a mixed bag of weather, cold, wet, hot, and I've been keeping on the weather report or the weather since Monday. It's Sunday now, and when I when I noticed that the weather is changing to rain on Friday, I was really hoping it's not going to rain as much. If it does rain, there's a gap in between, so I can set up my campsite. So I was preparing myself to start setting up the campsite in the rain. So I bought tarps, I bought guidelines, I bought everything I need to start to put the tarp up, put my tent underneath it, remove the tarp after, or depending on the weather for the weekend. And when I got in, I was pure luck. I timed it on a Friday morning. I looked at the weather report, and there's a break between 4 and 5 p.m. when I can actually set up the tent without getting wet. So I left work around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, head up to the campsite, check in. When I got in, the first thing I did was literally set up the tent, put the fly up, just in case when it started raining. When it started raining, at least I know the tarp, the tent is already up and it's working, right? So when it rains, I can just go inside and set up. But the other thing is as well too is the after I set up the tent, there was actually a break as well too. So I set up a shelter. The shelter was there for raining. If it's raining, I can eat outside. I can watch the fire. I can do other things like cook inside the shelter. The shelter was a $100 shelter that I got from Canadian Tire. Works pretty well. It was designed mostly for sun and beach, but not in the rain. It leaks a bit, but it is what it is. It's a shelter, right? So I set that up, and and after I set everything up, putting everything in the tent, setting up everything inside the tent, my cot, my sleeping bag, the whole thing, everything said and done, it started to rain again. It was pouring rain. Around 6 o'clock when I got everything set up, ready to go, ready to be used in less than 30 minutes. That includes, less than 30 minutes, about 15 minutes. 30 minutes when after 30 minutes, I got everything inside and ready to just relax. Because of the rain, overall, it was just hard for me to cook. That's why I purposely made sure that I have an MRE or freeze dry for my first meal on a Friday, just in case this stuff happens, right? So I had my first meal. I ended up I was trying to have my meal actually inside the tent, but it was just too messy. So I ended up eating in the shelter that I put together to provide a little bit of a just in other words, just in case if I spill something, it's going to spill in the ground, not inside the tent, right? So that's done. So after eating that, it rained all night. The tent held up very, very well. This is my first time setting up a tent. I haven't preset it. It's literally when I opened the bag, instructions still there. I got the registration card still there. Everything was still there. So it was interesting. So I have that set up. It held up really well at night. It was just raining. It was just pouring rain. It didn't stop raining until like 3 o'clock in the morning, because I noticed that it's quiet. The only thing I hear was just a little bit of wind noise and birds. So I ending up getting out of the tent, going to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, and came back inside. It was wet, like it was muddy. Everything was muddy. It was just attracting mud all over the place. And after that, I ended up going back to bed. The next day, the sun was out. It dried up the whole thing. I'm just glad that the tent, both shelter and the tent, got dried because of the sun. It just both shelters are dry by the time I start by midday. So I was very, very happy with that. The picnic table was dry, getting to dry, but still damp still. The fire pit was incredibly wet. So what I ended up doing is I sacrificed half my bag of my firewood just to dry up the whole thing, including relighting the old wood that's already there since I got in. So that cleared out, and yeah, and for during the day on Sunday, because this is the first time going camping in 2 years. Normally I just sleep in and take a nap during the day, but yesterday I took like 2 or 3 naps, and when I woke up it was just so refreshing, so relaxed, and it was just nice. I ended up taking a shower during Saturday afternoon after I got back from Canadian Tire, because I forgot my grill and forgot my grill. So I am going to Canadian Tire, grabbing some stuff there, and cook lunch. After lunch I took a shower, and that's when I fell asleep for my nap. So I napped. What can you do? It's camping. That's what you do, nap or hike. Because of the wetness and the whole 9 yards, it's kind of hard for me to. People are hiking and all that stuff, but I think my body was just exhausted from work, so that's why I just ended up crashing. But I'll be doing a little bit more exploring my next camping trip. Evenings. The evenings were very, very different. Let's talk about my first night here. The first night was interesting because of the thunder showers and the rain, and having a brand new tent. I wasn't really sure how it's going to be holding up. I purposely made sure that I didn't have guidelines on the tent just in case there's any gust of wind, because if you don't know, a hub tent, it can actually collapse on you if a strong gust of wind actually hits it. In this case it didn't, so I was very happy about that. That was pretty cool. It held up really well. The rain just beat out. There were some complaints and reviews that the rain can actually go into the window and pile in and all that good stuff. I didn't have that issue, and it wasn't pouring, but it was pouring enough that you can actually see the difference. You can feel moisture in the walls of the tent. That's typical in a tent anyway. So if you do have moisture in the tent, if you put your hands in, the water will go through. But if you don't, that's why it will not go through. That's why you make sure that all your bedding or your sleeping bags are away from the walls, so you won't get wet. The second night was a little bit more interesting, dull and interesting. It was it's dry. It wasn't raining at all, but it was cold. It was colder than Friday night. Cold enough that it was colder. I think it was 4 degrees colder than the night before, but the tent itself was warm. You can actually feel the difference between the inside and the outside of the tent. So that was pretty interesting. And as soon as you close the windows, so I didn't feel the coldness of the whole night inside the tent. But what I noticed that when I set up the tent on Friday night, and the rain overnight on Friday night to Saturday morning, puddles of water actually seeped in underneath my tent between the tarp and the floor. Tarp and the floor of the tent. I noticed that because I realized that my footprint of my tent, the tarp that I used as a footprint, was slightly bigger than the tent itself. That's why the water came in. But the good news is it only puddled in the lowest part of the tarp itself. It's actually in the corner of the tent. So what I did is I lifted the tent a bit, raised the tarp, and the water just beat out, and it was dry after that. Because when I took out the tent this morning, it was pretty dry. I was very, very shocked how dry it was. So I was very happy with that. And I just want to talk about the areas as well too that I wanted to review or recap. Is I reviewed the sleeping cot. The sleeping cot was a great idea. It was an incredibly great idea. It was a cot that I got from one of the store called Sale. I got it for like $120, and I put a air pad, like a sleeping pad on top of it, and that's it. That's all I slept in, and it kept me cool. Like I have a sleeping bag that's designed for -10 degrees. Celsius, and I was incredibly warm the whole night. I was incredibly comfortable, but the only thing that caught me off guard is how narrow the bed is. I'm a big guy. Having a narrow bed is uncomfortable but doable. But here's the problem though, because I have a tendency to sleep on my side, and the bed was kind of weirdly shaped, so it was hard for me to sleep on the side. So I definitely have to bring another pillow for my next trip, just to put it between my legs, just to align my hips better. But that's a minor thing, nothing too fancy. What I also mentioned in previous entry, like day 2, about a chair inside my tent. What I'm planning to do for next trip is I'm just gonna set up my tent and not bring the shelter just in case, but I'm not gonna set that up. If I need shade, I'll do it in the side of the tent and see how it actually works out. I am gonna bring an extra chair to put it inside the tent as a lounging chair, because I have enough room inside the tent to have a lounging chair. So I'm gonna have to do it there and see how it worked out really well on this trip. That's why I want to bring another chair to put outside and leave the one inside as a lounging area. I'm not sure if this is qualified as camping anymore. It's qualified as clamping, but right now that it's set up really well. My goal is to minimize the stuff I'm setting up, and hopefully the shelter is there for just in case stuff happens, and the primary tent will be the tent, my T4, and instead of doing a tarp, I'll just use the shelter. That will work out really well. Plus, one thing that I want to get as well too, I already have a small camping table, right? But it would be nice to have another one that's slightly bigger. And when you sit on your chair, your camping chair is actually the same height, like your normal height when you eat. The reason why I want to get one of those is to eliminate using the picnic table for me to sit down and eat on it. The problem is this is all the trips since I've been camping with my friends and family, is the picnic table becomes a dumping ground, or it becomes the kitchen. It doesn't become a place to eat. It becomes a kitchen because it's weathered out. It gets dirty. You put a picnic tablecloth or a plastic cloth thing on top, and it becomes your area to eat, your area to prep your food. So I think I'm gonna see if I can find one that's foldable. It's easy to carry. If I can find one of those, I'd prefer bringing that rather than using the picnic table. I was using both. It was just very, very weird because it's just weird. It's just dirty. Yeah, it was just hard to sit on it and eat on it at the same time. So that's that. So now, unpacking my stuff took me the tent, the shelter. I got everything packed in the bag, despite leaving my wallet inside the tent. I got the main tent, the T4, in the bag in less than 5 minutes. That's actually pretty good. That's very, very good. That's like without practicing. The shelter, again, same scenario. I haven't used it before. I set it up this trip. I got it up in a minute. It was super easy to set up. Tear down was actually 2 or 3 minutes longer because the folding, again, is faster to set up, longer to dismantle and tear it down and put it in the bag. It's typical. So yeah. But overall, this trip has went really, really well. I'm very, very happy with this trip. No issues with the trip except the rain, except forgetting a couple of things at home. Again, that's normal. You always forget some stuff. That's the reason why I did my camping here, close to Canadian Tire, Walmart, or even grocery store, just to minimize the driving, just in case you forget something. The water thing, I brought in 4 liter of water, and I realized that I do need 8 liters. But next trip, I'm just going to use the regular water bottle, see how much I actually use, so I can do a comparison. And again, I'm going to make a list of. I'm doing a mental list right now what I'm planning to keep out for my next trip or put in for the next trip. So I'm making a separate episode for that one to talk about that. That's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, so the only thing left needs to get done is just folding up the tarp because it's drying up, put the rest of my jacket because I'm charging some stuff and my thermostat back in car, garbage, and I'm out of here. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you guys next time.